1981. There are about 90 people who are buried here. 90 people who are buried here. But this is their graves. That time we was killed by, not by gorilla, we are killed by Uganda soldiers at 1981. We have been killed by Uganda government, not any other person. So we started at this association to become Ombaci Massacre Association. We started 2013. There. This is when we started our association to become well known in this Uganda here. Primo, D.O. Drega.
People here don't know what happened and why it happened.
Maybe I explain a bit. What in 1981, the rebels, those are soldiers from the former government of Amin, the government which had already collapsed, but they were operating as rebels and disturbing here and there. So they came to Ombaci. When they arrived here, they put a base in the football pitch with the big guns, and they started firing towards the government soldiers of that time, and the government soldiers retreated. They retreated probably up to Pakwach, and then they reorganized themselves. They had some reinforcement, so they came to confront these ragtag guerrillas who were operating around. So these ragtag guerrillas, they escaped. But then people had gathered here, about 10,000 people had gathered here, and the United Nations, especially the World Food Program, was providing food for them, and also the Red Cross, they were here, the Verona Fathers were here, all of them were whites, so many people were around, in the college, also in this compound. So when the government troops arrived, they of course were expecting to get the guerrillas and fight them, but the guerrillas had already escaped. So they started to differentiate those who probably could be guerrillas and those who probably were not. So in that confusion, about 90 people were killed indiscriminately. They were not killed because they were guilty, but bullets were fired. At the end, 90 people died. So they were buried in these 4 graves. They were buried in these 4 graves. A grave was dug, a mass grave was dug. People were placed, maybe a row of 8, a blanket placed, another row of 8, a blanket placed, until one grave was full, the second grave was full, and all the 4 graves were full. So that was in 1981, sorry. It was done by the soldiers of that government as a result of the provocation of the guerrillas. So these are unfortunate events which have happened in our country, and we hope really they don't happen again.